Okay, so we're going to talk PTU service. I did a quick sketch of some chicken scratch stuff here. Not my best artwork, but anyway. Transmission, engine, and then there's a little gearbox right here. It's the power takeoff unit. There's the transmission, there's the engine, there's your four wheels. This is your rear differential, and that's your drive shaft. So when we say, have you serviced your power takeoff unit, we mean the transfer case, essentially. But on the smaller vehicles that don't have a full-size transfer case, and it's just a small little dinky thing, splined right to the transmission. It only holds about a quart of fluid or less, typically. Right at a quart, a little bit less. On the Fords, it's typically a little bit less. On the smaller Escapes, and then it gets a little bit bigger whenever you get up to like the Tauruses and the Explorers, but still same concept. When we say, did you service your power takeoff unit, we mean here. Sometimes on the bigger vehicles there's a cooler on top of it. That cooler can leak and get inside that power takeoff unit, so that's why it's always important to make sure this thing stays serviced between every 20 to 30,000 miles. Now, Ford may tell you, or another manufacturer may tell you, that's lifetime fluid in there, but that's hogwash. That is not lifetime fluid. That's a 20 to 30,000 mile fluid inside there, and the manufacturer sells you this way so you don't think you have to service the vehicle. So you'll go buy the vehicle. So this power takeoff unit right here, the four-wheel drive unit, needs to be serviced between every 20 and 30,000 miles. Now, some of them have a plug on top and a plug on the bottom. Pull the plug on the bottom and it drains out into the pan. Plug on top is your fill hole. So you always want to make sure that before you release your fluid out of this unit, that you can get the plug out of the top. Sometimes they'll strip out and then you got to use special tools to get them out. Sometimes you'll actually end up having to replace the power takeoff unit because of contamination, because of bearing material coming apart inside the power takeoff unit, and these are typically not recommended to rebuild them. The units are cheap enough to where, even though it's an expensive unit, $500-600, you could have a new unit put in there, 2.5 to 4 hours of labor, and you just replace the unit. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because the manufacturers tell you you can go 100,000 miles, 80,000 miles, lifetime fluid, and it's hogwash. You cannot go that long with those units. Think about where this unit is located. You have the exhaust here, the transmission here, the engine here, and then the power takeoff unit is right in the middle of all of this heat. So it just sits there and boils that stuff. It just bakes it. And that fluid gets ruined really, really early. So changing the power takeoff unit fluid is very, very critical for the life of this four-wheel drive unit. Now, typically they have the same gear oil that goes to the rear end is what you'll use here. So it'll be like a 85 or like an 8090 or a 75 140. You got to figure out what your manufacturer puts inside there. But again, service it every 20 to 30,000 miles. The only reason why they're telling you to not service it so soon is because they're trying to encourage you to buy the vehicle. They want you to buy the vehicle, so they're going to make it seem like you have to do the services a lot less, so that way you feel like that manufacturer is giving you more freedom of not having to spend your money on maintenance. And that is not the case. You're going to be living with yourself, you're going to be living with that vehicle, and you're going to fall into that drama stereotype where everybody starts talking trash about a manufacturer because of how they will skew things and lie to people about this. That power takeoff unit, again, 20 to 30,000 miles, service it, and no more than that. If you service it more than that and then complain about it after watching this video, you're complaining because it's your own fault. You've been warned. I am a manufacturer technician or a dealership technician working for and working on manufactured vehicles, specifically Ford. These units, 20 to 30,000 miles. Be blessed.